Coming up on GET,
we find out what's wrong with the video announcements,
we talk school safety,
and we meet a fascinating St. Louisan.
The video announcements are coming back soon.
But in the meantime, Daniel and Kaylee find out what went wrong in the first place.
Many people are wondering why the daily announcements disappeared. The GNN staff explains what has happened and what is going to be done to solve the problem.
So at the end of last school year, we discovered that a significant amount of the rooms in Clayton High School could not see the broadcast that we were using because they were using a 30-year-old technology called VCR. And as VCRs died, it wasn't possible for us to replace them because they aren't made anymore. So our tech department came up with a concept of live streaming, which we invested in a piece of machinery, and the idea was that we could stream everything that we did in our studio directly to YouTube.
Since the stream got flagged and then taken down twice, we can't use that, and since we implemented the new technology, we don't have anything to go back and cast to the smart boards anymore.
Unfortunately, all of the other really reliable live streamers that we can use at a school district all require a monthly subscription fee, which we just haven't worked into our budget.
So there are multiple things that I think that could have happened. Of one, either being a student that flagged it, or YouTube's automatic censorship may have flagged our live stream just for some odd reason.
The short-term solution is we're just reading the announcements over the PA system because it works. And the long-term solution, which will start hopefully in August, is we'll have a budget so that we can purchase a live streaming service.
This has been Daniel and Kaylee reporting for GET.
Lots of organizations around St. Louis help those in need.
At Clayton, 2 students are heavily involved in the Little Bit Foundation.
Elia and Liz find out more.
Wade shows us the behind the scenes of the Little Bit Foundation and how the CHS community can help.
Little Bit's mission is to break down barriers to education by empowering kids to learn and achieve things. So they do that through a variety of programs. Some barriers might be not having eyeglasses or contacts or clothing that fits them. They might not have food. Their parents might be working late. So some of the programs that we have are the educational ones include 1, 2, 3 Read, which is a book fair that takes place twice a year, I believe. We have Sunny's Closet, which is a nutritional pack that has 2 meals and snacks involved in it. We have the clothing boutiques, which is all donation based, so that's all clothing that people donate throughout the year. We have STEM programs, which focus on accelerating kids in science and math and engineering stuff. And then every year we do the music trivia event, which takes place late February at SLU High School, and that is our biggest school supply drive of the year. So people pay to take place or to be at the event, and then they can also donate school supplies to get free questions for the trivia. And this year we raised over $75,000. And as a volunteer, you basically just sort through all the school supplies. So anyone at the school can participate in it next year. I became involved with it because I know one of the people that works there, and she started this program called the High School Ambassadors Program with them. And so they get 2 people from school in St. Louis all over, and they basically represent the foundation within their school. And the project that you want to complete is up to you. They just ask that you raise awareness about the foundation within your school. To me, it's important because I value giving back to the community, whether that's through something like this or anything really. I think people should get involved because it's proven that if you help someone else, it actually raises your happiness and your contentment. So I think that helping others, it helps yourself too.
If you'd like to find out more about the Little Bit Foundation, then visit their website at littlebitfoundation.org. This has been Elia and Liz reporting for GET.
No doubt we're all aware of the threat of school violence. Earlier this week, a threat hit rather close to home.
Although CHS wasn't in direct danger, Daniel and Kaylee decided to fill us in on what the administrators are doing to increase school safety.
New safety precautions have been put in place here at CHS. Staff members explain what they are and what prompted these changes.
These measures have been here, gosh, I think the last 3 years we put the student ID cards to work, the new ones where students should only have access to the Greyhound entrance, the main entrance, and the CTE entrance.
I mean, this year when we started the year, we put in a new buzzer system, the intercom system, so that any visitors need to be buzzed into the building as opposed to just being able to come in as they have in the past. One of the other things that we've done too is gone back and re-examined our locks in terms of our classroom locks. It's one of the things we've done over the years.
Strangers can walk into the center of Clayton, and unless the front desk attendants are doing a great job of asking for ID before the person enters the center of Clayton, if that person walks by the front desk, they have access to our school.
Officer Whitaker declined to be on camera, but he advises us all to watch out for each other, to close prop doors, not to pull on locked doors, and to not allow unrecognizable entrances inside. Always talk to the staff about anything alarming or suspicious that you see.
I truly think that the better we treat each other, the less chance of anything like this happening. Other, more tangible things are, if you see something on social media that concerns you, please bring it to the administration's attention. Please bring it to Officer Whitaker's attention. If a student is saying something or you can see that they're just not in a good place, talk to your counselor, talk to administrators. There are so many adults in this building that care about each and every one of you that if you let us know, we will certainly make sure that we try to help the student, whoever it is, when they are in need.
We can have security cameras, we can have bullet resistant film, we can have a buzzer system, we can have school resource officers, but nothing is going to keep us as safe as having 875 students watching out for each other.
Be safe, CHS. If you see something, say something. This has been Daniel and Kaylee reporting for GET.
At Clayton High School, self-expression is highly valued. This can come in a number of forms: the way we dress, talk, and identify.
Oscar and Daisha sit down with a St. Louisan about his way of self-expression.
My name is Dexter Peebles, and my drag name is Cheyenne Devereaux. When I realized that drag was a combination of 3 aspects of myself coming together. I'm an artist, I'm an actor, and in my entire life I've always been more attuned to my feminine side as well as my masculine side, so it kind of like brought all 3 of those together. To me, drag is a physical representation of your creativity. It could be a man turning into a woman, female turning into a man. It's whatever you have inside of you, that burning creativity manifesting in a physical form. That's your drag. She's a southern, regal debutante. She's power and femininity and grace. A lot of misconceptions come when it comes to differentiating what is a drag queen versus a transgendered individual. I am a drag queen, I'm not a trans male or female. Learning that difference is very, very important, because being a drag queen is an expression of something. A trans individual is who you are. It's your identity. It's something much more personal. Also, I think that a lot of people equivalate being a drag queen with being weak or, stereotypically feminine. And it's like, for a lot of us, it's not that. For a lot of people, it's a mask. For a lot of people, it's a release. I think I was one of the last generation of kids who were where it was really okay to bully us for being gay. Like nowadays, there couldn't be a jock who call you the F word in the hallway and everybody kind of laugh. Like nowadays, people would stand up and say something. It wasn't so much that way when I was growing up. People would laugh, so that caused a lot of doubt and self-hate and all that kind of stuff. But Get to the point where you can look into the mirror and compliment yourself and not laugh or turn away. And for it to be as easy for you to do that as it is to look in the mirror and say awful things to yourself. And once you get that relationship on a square level to where you honestly are truthful and beautiful with yourself, then ask yourself, what do I want to say with my art? Figure out how you want to change the world, even if it's just the 5 people around you. What do you want them to believe, and what are you trying to share?
And finally, we introduce you to the new production lab in the library.
I was really excited because I know music is a big part of students' lives and our lives, my life. I love music, and I think being able to have in the library ways for students to express themselves creatively, and I think libraries, should assist and help in.
I appreciate that they went out there with actually buy Pro Tools, so that's a good software to use.
So that maybe also classrooms can use it in classes if they have more creative or want to try something new with a project, so they'll have space for students to use it for that as well.
I've been making music since I was around 11, 12 years old. Music from anything from trying to figure out how to play the guitar, not these type of guitars especially, but electric guitar.
Well, I think students are really excited just to come in, especially in groups, and kind of work on stuff at lunch hours and then also on their free hours.
Bring people with you. It's more fun if you have people with you.
Yeah, so it's good to hear students' opinions, and I kind of try to, when I go to conferences, hear about new things that are happening in libraries.
I really like the idea of the music lab. I feel like it's gonna be great for a lot of people that want to learn.
I want people to have fun in here, and to, I think music and creating new things is very important.
You can't be bad at music. Music is subjective. So if you feel like you want to do something, there's always going to be an audience for it. And even if you just want to listen to it yourself, nobody knows your ear better than you do. So.
Thanks for watching, CHS.
This has been GET, a production of the Greyhound News Network.
Have a great weekend.